All right. Welcome, everybody, to another BDA Boxing transmission. This is your host, Mr. BDA, and alongside with me, as always, my co-host, the one, the only King Bucho. King, are you there? All right. I heard he's listening to the show. He'll be right with us eventually. Thanks, everybody, for joining us in this episode. First of all, before we get down to business, let's get the business out of the way. Don't forget to check out our Instagram page or Twitter page. Don't forget to subscribe to BDA Live. Check out the live videos, the BDA Live videos, the film analysis that we've done in that channel for the upcoming Pacquiao Thurman fight, which we are going to be previewing today. Full coverage this week for the big fight this Saturday. And what we're going to do is we're just going to roam the internet a little bit and see what we can find. We'll delve deep into the abyss and come up with some real garbage for you, all for you. Also, don't forget, we are going to be releasing a new line of BDA merchandise courtesy of King Bucho's Designs in collaboration with some Italian homosexuals that he has designed all of this. And you know, Italian homosexuals are good at designing clothes and all sorts of, cups and telephone holders. So it should be, I'm expecting it's going to be the new Dolce & Gabbana. I don't know if that's Italian. Sounds more Portuguese to me, but what do you want from me? I'm not Mr. Cosmopolitan. All right, Butch, are you there?
Yes, sir.
All right, I heard a lot of squirreling around. I didn't know if you were you weren't available during the introduction.
There was a little bit of a struggle, but everything's okay now.
Did they try to escape from the basement again?
You know it.
No, jeez, Louise. Already, we're not even 10 minutes into the show, and we're already starting with the politically incorrect jokes. But listen, like I said, we're just going to surf the internet a little bit, show you a couple of things regarding the Manny Pacquiao, Keith Thurman fight. So thank you, everybody, for joining us. I see we already got some people in the chat room. King Bucho, obviously the Punisher, Mean Machine. Shout out to Mr. Coxey, Sin Amosia, Shepherd of Sons, Triple JJ, Bay Area Boxing, Magic Man, and many more to come, I'm sure. Bay Area Boxing says, would you guys consider Johnny Tapia as a Mexican fighter? Well, that depends. There was a video a couple of years ago, more than a couple of years ago. This guy made like a compilation of Johnny Tapia's best moments, and he put that, not mariachi music, what's it called, Bucha, the big band, Mexican music that they usually play? Banda, yeah. They were playing some banda music, and there was a guy going, he's from Albuquerque, he doesn't listen to that shit. And I'm thinking, all right, are we gonna start splitting hairs here about whether he was Mexican or not? But anyway, that's my point on Johnny Tapia. Magic Man says, BD Boxing, are you guys gonna cover the Rivas versus White fight? Not only do we want to talk about that fight, I mean, there's just so much to talk about. For example, last episode we did last night, we didn't even scratch the surface of everything we wanted to talk about. So I would like to talk about that fight. Also, Teofimo Lopez is fighting tomorrow, it's tomorrow, right? On Friday. So,
yep.
Oh man, there's a lot to cover going on in boxing. And then we didn't even talk about the undercard fights. Nobody gives a shit other than me about the undercard fights for the Pacquiao Thurman main event. So, a lot to talk about. We got the countdown, as you can see there on the left of your screen. Countdown. We got, what is it, 2 days?
2 days, 2 hours, and 41 minutes.
And 41 minutes. And the seconds are going down fast. So, hopefully everybody gets to see that card. Butcher, it seems like some people aren't talking about the card. Is it because you think most people don't know even boxing fans don't know who these guys are? Or so-called boxing fans? Because if you're a boxing fan, you should know who's fighting on the undercard.
I don't know. Like when I heard like Molina is fighting, I was like, I didn't really pay much attention to it. But then, you told me he's fighting Lipinets, right? And I started thinking like, it's true. This is going to be an entertaining fight. So I think the more you delve into the undercard, the more you start to understand that it's not a bad undercard.
Nobody said it was it's not even a bad undercard. It's a great undercard. I mean, I don't understand what these people...
Well, nobody told you it was bad, but everybody dismissed it. Like, nobody cared. I don't know, man.
Do you think I'm gonna have that? Do you really think I'm gonna have that, you ponce?
Ucho, you gotta get your act together, man. Because I'm starting to have it with you. People have had it with you, by the way.
I know.
You should
maybe I'll be voted out out of the BDA fucking channel. Maybe, who knows?
Yeah, man. Well, then if we kick you out, then you're gonna sue me for sexual harassment. And so I mean, I know your tricks. I know your tricks. People in the chat room are saying Toniato James, shout out to Toniato, says solid card. Toro 309 says free Canelo. Mr. Cox says Thurman doesn't have a lot of time left. Oh. So we'll see, man. We'll see. The Punisher says recognize he's already selling knockoff BDA merchandise. Yeah, he got the drop on us. He got the drop on us, this guy. He's got pool supplies at half price out of Florida. That's why he went to Florida, by the way. Don't get it twisted. People are saying, oh, he went for vacation. Nah, he's making deals. He can sell those like shampoo bottles there for $1.99 a bottle as opposed to the retail $20.99 price. I mean, these guys got it covered. All right, so listen. Let's get right down into it. Let's check the... Hold on a second here. We don't even get the sub alerts going here. They're not on top. No, they're not on top. They're supposed to be on top. Okay. I wanted to go to Instagram here, and you can see Manny Pacquiao's Instagram page. First of all, Bucho, Eric Morales, not looking like El Terrible. He's looking terrible. No pun intended.
Yeah, man, he got fat. Look at that.
I mean, come on, man. What's he doing? What is he doing? Really, seriously?
I don't know, man. Well, I guess some of these boxers, I mean, because that's what they've been doing all their lives, you know, just train to the max. When they retire, I guess they want to live a little bit, you know.
You know what? I used to think that myself, but then I realized, wait a minute. You've trained all your life. Okay, you don't have to keep training like a fucking full-time fighter. Would it kill you to run 3 times a week and hit that bag 2 times, 3 times a week? I mean, come on, that's enough to stay thin.
You don't need to pig out neither, you know?
Exactly. Even Pacquiao's looking at him and he's saying, if we were in the Philippines and I was put again, I would eat you. He's sizing Eric Morales up, thinking which parts would be the best to eat. Like a snake, yeah. You know, they say the butt cheeks apparently are the best part to eat if you're going to cannibalize somebody. So that's just a little bit of... That's what I heard.
Did you see that you took that from that movie, no? Where the rugby players got stranded somewhere.
Yeah, in Argentina. In an Argentine mountain, I think. Which, by the way, Argentinians, it's funny that they were eating people up there in the mountains of Argentina. Meanwhile, a couple of kilometers down, Argentinians were eating each other as well. So it's not that much difference whether they're in the mountain or on the ground. What's this? I don't. What is this? Oh, this is just Pacquiao running in a tunnel. It looks like a porn movie, like a gang rape or something. Speaking of porn, Mama Pacquiao is going to be at the fight. You know what that means, right, Bucho?
Curses, black magic.
Yeah, she's holding something there. I don't know if you guys can see that. She's holding something. I don't know what that is. Probably some kind of hex card. I don't know. She's a witch. And by the way, what's up with the fucking t-shirt? She's dressed like Spider-Man. Maybe she's gonna shoot some webs at Keith Thurman in there. What are people saying? Pacquiao, can you help me, please? there's this guy. Who is this motherfucker? Holuwapel Umiroji. He says, can you help me, please? And he says, living alone is 100 times better than living with fake people who hate you. Okay, first of all, it says, it's misspelled. People who hates you, but acts like loving you. All right.
I think it's a Nigerian scammer.
Yeah. I would not answer that creep if I were Pacquiao. I would not answer that creep. How do I get out of this?
It's funny. It says help me. And that's it. Like, there's no like explanation of why he needs help, or you know.
It's very cryptic, very cryptic, and very.
At least it says. At least he didn't say I'm gonna get you.
Yeah, or at least he didn't say I want to have anal sex with your wife, which is what I would have written. Look at Pacquiao. He still fucking looks shredded at 40 years old, man. I mean, the hell is he taking?
Yeah, everybody's posting that picture there because he looks like he has white hair.
What?
Yeah, like the.
Oh yeah, first. Yeah. Well, that's because they touched the photo up with the contrast. You know about Photoshop.
Yeah. No, I know. But it kind of looks like he has white hair.
Wouldn't that be
See?
funny though if he would have painted his hair white just to throw Keith
Yeah.
Thurman off?
It's like, hey, you're fighting an old man, Keith.
Yeah, you can relax a little bit, Keith. Don't worry about me. I'm an old man. And then before you know it,
Keith.
he should. Why doesn't Manny Pacquiao every time he punches, he should scream like Liu Kang? Just to yeah. When he gets in the ring, just in between rounds, he should just let out yell, just freak Keith Thurman off. You know what? Some people would think he probably ate a dog before the fight, and they think the
He should
dog's
do
still
a
alive.
Francois Botha.
What does that
Remember?
mean? No, I don't know what the hell it is.
Every time he threw a punch, he was and then remember when he got knocked out by Mike Tyson, he was doing his and then they got interrupted because he got dropped there.
Oh yeah. Now I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
And then he goes down.
What do you recognize the Matrix said? It sounds like a guy getting fucked up the behind.
Oh yeah.
Well, anyway, let's take a look at the. By the way, I like Pacquiao's. I don't know if you guys can see the shirt. What he says: Jesus is the name of the Lord. Pacquiao, keep on preaching, baby. Keep on preaching. Let's take a look at this clip. See how he's. Looking pretty good there. By the way, was that too loud?
No, it was fine.
Let me lower the volume just in case. By the way, if you want to start setting up the whole thing with the phone calls, because that's what I forgot to tell people. We are going to be taking phone calls. We're going to be opening the line. We want more predictions. We want you to tell us who you think is going to win. So keep on keeping on. Meanwhile,
if you didn't give us your prediction last time, then this is your chance.
That's right. This is Keith Thurman's Instagram
Attire.
page. No, his Instagram page. Let's see what he's got to say.
No. People were making fun of his shirt.
Oh.
Manny Pacquiao is an all-time great fighter.
All right. Do we really need to say this? Let's look at the comments. Pac-Man's going to win. Okay, this guy goes, Pac-Man going to win Thurman. So who's going to win, Pacquiao or Thurman? Fuck, this is what I hate when people don't spell correctly. And then they say, oh, BDA, you're a grammar Nazi. Well, maybe some people shouldn't be alive. Maybe we should get rid of all the bad spellers and maintain the purity of grammar. You ever think about that, Bucho?
All the time, man.
Make sure you bring an alarm clock with you and set the time one time to wake up, because you're going to need it when you get put to bed. These fucking Pacquiao fans.
I know, man. They're all over the place. Like, I understand
so...
you want to support your fighter, but it's just a little bit exaggerated.
A little bit.
Yeah.
They act like they're
like
the ones.
Pac-Mania is back, man.
It is, huh? Oh, if he wins.
It's back, man.
If he wins.
If he wins, man, forget about it, man.
The Pacquiao fans, they're not going to stop.
Hell no.
I'm afraid, Bucho.
I don't know. What do you want in this? Like, who do you like? Like, some people want Pacquiao to lose because they say, his time is up. Let's move on. Let's have new fighters, new blood. On the other hand, in my opinion, if Pacquiao wins, it's great for the sport, man. You have a story here, a 40-year-old that's coming back. Like, he's at the top, and then if he fights Spence Jr., that would be huge.
That's a good point, Bucho. That's a good point. But I don't know
Pacquiao's better. So, and at the end of the day, Pacquiao's better for the sport.
Wait. Yeah, because you're right. Because from a business standpoint and what's going to get more attention for boxing, if Keith Thurman wins, we've seen before, just because the young guy beats the older guy doesn't mean he takes the mantle. In other words, Shane Mosley beat De La Hoya twice. He didn't become a pay-per-view star all of a sudden. He never became a pay-per-view star. So just because Keith Thurman to become a sensation and grab the mainstream attention that he wants, he would have to look very impressive, and for that, he would have to stop Manny Pacquiao, and I don't know if that's possible. So, listen, we can look at it both ways, but I don't know if I can handle Manny Pacquiao fans coming out of the woodwork, and because the guy that called last night, Benji, he was okay. He was just saying his prediction was a little bit out there. He was a little bit ambitious.
8-round knockout for Pacquiao, I believe.
TKO. But hey, listen, anything's possible, so I don't mind that. But it's when this guy that we read the comment, he goes, ha, he gonna beat you. It's like, come on. Why are you so involved in Pacquiao beating up a guy you've never met? People in the chat room, well,
No, you're right.
People in the chat room, Shepherd Son says, Pac fans are insane. Mr. Coxie says, I can't write for properly sure. Rick Rocky says, I don't know what Thurman is with that ponytail. Thurman is probably from Canada. Oh, wait a minute. Sounds like an insult to me, Bucho. What do you think?
I think they're trying to push your buttons here.
I think they're trying to push my buttons. Let me tell you, those buttons were pushed a long time ago. They're stuck. And I've gotten used to living with my button push. So, okay, first of all, when I say button push, it sounded like I said butt push. So we're just going to leave it at there. Amok PvP says Thurman from 5-6 years ago seemed cool. The past few years he's cringy like those brony skits. Yeah, he's trying a little bit too hard for that. Shepherd Son says Keith save us. You know, he actually looks. Yeah, you know what Jesus would have looked like? He probably would have looked like Keith Thurman, but without the long hair.
He wasn't white, blonde, blue-eyed. You know.
Yeah. I was rewatching that movie there, the greatest.
It was sub-Saharan African.
Exactly. I was reading. Well, wait a minute. What?
No, I'm joking.
No. He looked like people those Jesus movies, the greatest story ever told. And you know, Christian Bale actually played Jesus in a TV movie before he hit it big, and that's what Jesus looked like. A fucking British guy. Get the fuck out of here. BDA Boxing says Flomos are gay. I don't know what that has to do with Pacquiao, but Shepherd Son says I've seen some of them recently say Pacquiao would beat Golovkin. Oh, come on.
Now get out of here.
Roddy Davis, or Roderick Davis, I should say. Shout out to Rod. Says BDA is hilarious. I don't know about that. Rick Rocket says, sorry, Mr. BDA. Yeah, I'll forgive you for Bathmart in Canada this time. There's no second chances, all right? All right, so Bucho, I wanted to show you a little something because I was looking through the Instagram pages to see what people were saying about the upcoming Thurman Pacquiao fight because apparently it's a star-studded event. Sean Porter's going to be there. Errol Spence is going to be there. I think Winky Wright, Marco Antonio Barrera, and Porter were doing some sort of like a Q&A session on stage. I think
the PBC is doing all of this.
Yeah, so they're doing some good festivities, man. I mean, listen, people love to criticize the PBC. I know we've given them their share of criticism, but when they do something right, they do it right. And they're starting to step up their promotional packages here. I think this is good. They should do more of that, though.
Yeah,
let's just
and Booker T is working with the PBC, I think now.
In what capacity?
I have no idea. I saw an interview on the YouTube, the Ring Magazine YouTube channel, and they're talking with Booker T. If you guys don't know who Booker T was a wrestler back in the days. Anyways, he knows a lot of boxing. He starts talking about like Hopkins and everything. I'm like, what the hell? And then he says, yeah, I'm working with, I don't know if it was the ESPN or the PBC.
Mm-hmm. Now, when he's talking and all that, do you think I think, yeah, okay, you're right. I just saw I'm reading an interview here, and it says, Booker T we're proud to, it's a press release. We're proud to say that Booker T will be working with the PBC from now on, both as an announcer and off the street commentator. I guess they mean that he's going to be going around interviewing people during the fights. He will also be saying the N-word during the telecast and grabbing his face in Remember that
when he called Hulk Hogan the N-word?
Yeah. Hey, if that would have happened, that was what, 20 years ago, 15 years ago? If that would have happened now, he probably would have lost his job, even though he's a proud black man and he's allowed to say it. But I guess nobody's allowed to say it anymore.
Use the N-word.
Well, he can't say it, though.
Use the N-word.
I love black people!
Yeah, that's right. Everybody loves black people. Listen, Apology Man says, Booker T, the wrestler, the one and only.
Yeah.
The one and only. Triple J says, Sam's guy that coached Hopkins to go through top 2 ropes. By the way, I was just reading. Remember when he did that shit against Chad Dawson too? Chad Dawson picked him up in the first fight, which ended in a no contest, and Hopkins dropped on his shoulder. He said he couldn't continue. I just read, I don't know if it's true or not, but apparently he didn't even go to the hospital for that fight. Or after that fight, rather. So I think he knew he wasn't going to beat. Look, Hopkins is a smart guy.
That's what I thought at that moment when Hopkins was on the floor, when he fell out of the ring. I had a feeling that he didn't want to continue because the ref was like, come on, get back up. And he's like he was kind of like, it was too exaggerated. When you're in pain like that, you don't move like that, you just stand still. He was moving all over the place. It's like soccer players. When they fake it, you can tell when they fake an injury because they're like screaming too much or moving back and forth.
That's right. By the way, if I would have been the referee and I tell Hopkins to get up and he doesn't get up, all I would have, you know what I would have said? I would have yelled, "Count!" Like in jail, you know, when you yell, "Count!" He would have gotten right back up. Let me tell you, the Pavlovian conditioning would have kicked in. Speaking of football, by the way, Bucho, aka soccer, it's a very good transition, by the way. Errol Spence made some comments regarding football, but first I want to show you guys, you know that application where you can grab somebody's picture and make him look older?
Yeah.
Well, somebody did that to Errol Spence and he posted it in his Instagram page. He looks like Al Sharpton a little bit there. The new thin old Al Sharpton.
A new Al Sharpton. Oh, it's true,
hold on
man.
a second. Is it Al Sharpton or more like the other guy? What's the other guy? The other black activist?
Jesse Jackson.
Jesse Jackson, yes. Who happens to be a boxing fan, by the way. Not a fan of white boxers, apparently, but he's a fan of boxing. Anyway, I wanted to show you the other thing, because you mentioned football. This is, first of all, Errol Spence posted a picture. That's him, I assume, there on the left next to that woman, who I think is the coach, which is a shame, by the way. I think it's a travesty. A female soccer coach, get the fuck out of here. That would never take... No, that wouldn't go.
It's gonna go smooth.
First of all, there's this guy. Okay, so he puts this picture when he was a young kid playing football, and then there's this guy named Nick Apostol, and he writes, "So amazing shot." First of all, what's that so amazing shot? Love your perspective of capturing stunning image resolution. He didn't take the photo, fucker. I don't know what he's talking about. The post-production... The post-production is one of the best. First of all, you can tell that he just took a picture of the picture. Anyway, I don't know what this guy's talking about. Great job. I am just in love with this one. And then he puts two emojis of the face with the hearts in the place of the eye. So I think Chris Hansen is going to be paying a visit to this Nick Apostol guy, because he seems to be too infatuated with this picture of a young Errol Spence. But here's what Errol Spence had to say about the picture, by the way. Baby Pele, I averaged 4 goals a game. They made me move up 2 age groups. I'd probably be playing for Barcelona or some shit if I would have kept it up. Shake my head. So he thinks that if he would have continued playing, he would have made it to Barcelona. Butcher, you're the football guy. What do you think about that?
Fuck no. No, man, I don't know. I've never seen him play, but I doubt it, man. I mean, come on.
Maybe he would have, man. You never know. What's the matter with you?
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, is this guy something or is he something?
Anyway, listen, that's Errol Spence. I wanted to see if he had something to say about the fight, because I know he's in Las Vegas for this one, but no, he didn't post jack squat, so I don't know what to say about that.
He's rooting for Thurman, trust me.
He's rooting for Nah, you think so?
Oh, yeah.
I would assume he would want the big name, Manny Pacquiao, who's a bigger name than Keith Thurman.
You know what? Now that I think about it, yeah, the money. Yeah. No, you're right. He's rooting for Pacquiao.
Seamus Carey in the post in the chat room says Nick Apostol, the guy that was commenting on Errol Spence's picture. Nick Apostol is a fruitcake.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Why he didn't say the other word that you want to ban?
That's acceptable.
Yeah, Butcher wants to ban certain words because we've been getting pressure from the BDA board of directors. They want us to tone down the salty content on the show, and I told them to go F themselves because it's a show for adults.
Yeah, but they're right, man. YouTube now is they ban you for no reason, no explanation. So you gotta be careful with what you say, especially on this show that has no boundaries.
Yeah, Joseph Santocolito sounds like a fucking Italian Guinea name, but he's a good writer. He was one of my favorites when he used to write for Ring Magazine. I think they brought him back to Ring Magazine after Golden Boy fired everybody. And he wrote an article at Ring TV, says Keith Thurman can't offer anything Manny Pacquiao hasn't seen before. And he says, so what if Thurman is a decade younger, so Pacquiao is supposed to be short-born, so what, he says. Which is a good point, that's what we've been saying during the whole build-up to this fight. And he says, Thurman sometimes sounds as if he's trying to convince himself of something that maybe in the recesses of his fistic DNA is a small voice that warns him the old man may have a little something left, which is what. No, but it's true, right? I mean, we've been talking about
No,
that.
the way he writes that, like, yeah.
Yeah, he's a good writer. He's one of my favorites. He was always one of my favorites at Ring Magazine. Him, William Dedloff, Nigel Collins. But anyway, the point is, he's right. Don't you think, Bucho? I mean, we talked about this, how people look at Pacquiao. They look at him. He looks shorter than you would expect. He doesn't look as big as you think. And now that he's 40 years old, a lot of these young guys probably think, I'm just going to wear him down. He's going to be too old. Do you think Keith Thurman is going in there with that mentality, or?
No, but if he is, as soon as he gets hit and sees the speed and the feints that Pacquiao shows, he's gonna realize that he's in a fight and he's gonna take it seriously. So, yeah, I don't think he's gonna go like he's gonna do a Pacquiao Marquez one. When Marquez, he said when he got knocked down 3 times in the first round, after the fight, he said, he looks much smaller than me, so I got overconfident and I thought I could just walk him down. So I don't think Thurman is gonna do that. No, I think he knows what's in front of him, and to lose against a 40-year-old would be just an embarrassment.
Well, I mean, he would probably see that.
Embarrassment.
Really? You think so, huh?
Broner lost to Pacquiao. That was an embarrassment, all right? And Broner knows that shit. And he was so in denial that immediately after the fight, he started raising his hand as if he won the fight because he was so fucking embarrassed. What was he gonna do, man?
But wait a minute.
Yeah, so his mind just went fucking crazy and apeshit and started denying reality. That's how bad it was.
Let's back it up a little bit. Let's back it up. Or losing to a 40-year-old Pacquiao is an embarrassment?
It is. If you're an elite boxer, man, absolutely.
But we know Broner's not. He's a top 10 welterweight, but he's not. He's not made.
He's a younger guy, man. He's supposed to be a top welterweight. I know he's not a top welterweight, but that's how a lot of people see Broner, and that's an elite boxer. A little bit before that, a few years before that fight, he was supposed to be the next Mayweather or this great fighter that, but if he actually trained, he would be great. If he actually trained, he would be this guy. So it was an embarrassment listening to a 40-year-old Pacquiao.
Shepherd the Sun says, yeah, it was embarrassing. LOL. Bucho, Broner is not a top 10 in my opinion.
No, he's not, man. But he's considered
10,
a top.
He's a top 10 welterweight. Come on. Who are you gonna replace him with there?
He's at the bottom of the top 10, I guess. Yeah,
I agree. But
well, we could make a list, but
we're not gonna do that.
A while.
Yeah, we're not here to make lists. We're here to entertain the people.
The point is, man, it was an embarrassment.
You ever made love to a man?
All right, that wasn't the fucking.
And it was an embarrassment because of how the fight transpired. Like the fact that Broner never put Pacquiao in any sort of trouble. Come on, man.
I disagree. I mean, if we're gonna say losing to Pacquiao is an embarrassment, then Pacquiao sucks. Then, because if you're losing to a Pacquiao, then that means that's the only way that statement makes sense.
Yeah. Philippe Courtois there wants us to make a list of the top 10 welterweights.
Okay, well, come on. You got Errol Spence, you got Keith Thurman. I still think he's a top 10. You got Sean Porter, you got Manny Pacquiao. Ugas is in there as well. What's his name? Kavaliuskas? I mean, not Kaval. No, what's the other guy's name? The guy that fights like Vasil Lomachenko. I think he's in the top 10, just right there in the border. Terence Crawford, obviously, I didn't mention him. So that's right there. There's 8.
Yeah.
Off the top of my head.
Like I said, you could put him at the bottom of the top 10.
Yeah, probably. You know what? When in doubt.
Even if he wasn't in the top 10, it's still an embarrassment. Come on, man.
Well, yeah. It's an embarrassment if you think this guy was...
He was 40 years old. We're talking about a welterweight here. We're not talking about a 40-year-old heavyweight.
But so Josecito Lopez should be... Everybody that's lost to Pacquiao right in the past 10 years, they're all younger than him. Well, 5 years. Everybody that's lost to Pacquiao in the past 5 years.
He's 40 years old, man. You're going back... Nah.
5 years.
You know what I mean?
No, I disagree
That's
with you.
That's fine. When he was 35, it's okay, man. When Pacquiao was 35 and he beat somebody that was younger, that's fine. Now we're talking about that 40-year-old Pacquiao.
I gotta disagree here, Bucho. Just 40-year-old Pacquiao is still better than you should expect.
When
him to
was the
be
last
better
time you
than-
saw a 40-year-old with exception of the heavyweight division?
It's because
A
it's Manny
40-year-old
Pacquiao. That's
that
why
was-
I'm saying it's because it's Manny Pacquiao. That's why I'm not gonna say it's the performance from Broner sucked. Listen, Broner could have done better, but he was afraid of getting caught. He fought the safest fight he could, and he still got caught.
Embarrassing.
You know what? You just convinced me. You're right.
You're right, because he fought defensively.
Exactly. I just realized that. I just even
Come on, man.
you led me into the realization that why the fuck was he fighting so? Because you know what? I was rewatching the I'm not Josecito Lopez, Jesse Vargas. I was gonna say Josecito Lopez again. What the fuck? Jesse Vargas fight. Because I did those film analysis. Jesse Vargas put up a better fight because he was fighting defensively too. That's what Pacquiao does to you. But he was trying at least because he knew he could almost take out Pacquiao with that right hand. He stunned Pacquiao in the 7th round, I believe. Brother never did that because he wasn't willing to sit down on his punch. He tried to do what Big Brother did, and it was embarrassing, like you said. You're right. You convinced me.
You look. That's a good point, because you look back at Pacquiao Jesse Vargas. Jesse Vargas, obviously a younger fighter. He lost, but we kind of forgot about that fight because he was like, okay, he lost, but that's it. But when it came to Broner and Pacquiao, not only did Broner lose, he didn't do anything, man. He was on the defensive the whole time. So that is embarrassing, man.
You're right. You're right. You've changed my mind.
Perfect. All right, let's move on.
But yeah, speaking of Jesse Vargas, you reminded me of something because I didn't have time to add that in the video. But Thurman, he should add that left hook. He should add a left hook to his arsenal, counter left hook, because I saw Jesse Vargas catching Pacquiao. Pacquiao, when he throws sometimes he'll lead with the right hook, more often with the jab though, but sometimes he'll lead with the right hook and he drops that motherfucker. He's wide open for a counter left hook, and Jesse Vargas caught him a little bit, but his hook isn't all that great. Thurman, on the other hand, much better left hooks. So that's something that I'm looking forward to see if Thurman can do that. Okay, so watch out for that one. You've heard it first. Mr. BDA is saying Keith Thurman's left hook might play a big factor here.
To the body as well. He had some powerful punches to the body. I wouldn't say like skill wise like pretty punches, but he can mix it up and down. Mm-hmm. He has decent snap.
That's right. He's got decent snap. Like you said, you've been saying all week, Thurman is the best puncher Pacquiao has fought in a long time.
Fuck yeah, man!
And by the way, let's see what people are saying in the chat room. And if you want to start setting up the phone calls now.
Yeah, I did. So
you did?
just wait like 2 minutes and you can start it.
All right, fantastic. You want to read the comments from the chat room a little bit while I set up this whole...
Right. Let's see what people are saying in the chat over here.
Hurry up.
Rick Roca says... What?
I said hurry up.
Oh, sorry. Rick Roca says 40 is the new 38. Joey Ocean says 40 is the new 30. Sin Amosea, I don't know, says 40-year-old Asian. I guess because he's Asian, it doesn't count because Asians don't age.
They don't crack.
Doesn't look like they ages. Yeah. So maybe that should be taken into consideration.
Maybe it's all that dog they eat.
Said, what's that?
Maybe it's all that dog they eat. Maybe it's got special properties or something. I'm just saying. We never know.
Yeah.
Start your show now.
Eat a dog and have a drink of piss like Marcus. Just to wash it down.
Your show will go live in 5 seconds.
And then after you take a sip of that glass of piss, you look at the camera and go like, mm-hmm.
Yeah, you go, refreshing. All right.
As in the chat says, Pacquiao is younger than Ortiz. Okay, everybody's younger than Ortiz. All right, go ahead, BDA.
Well, just wanted to tell people that the phone lines are open, so we're going to put the number right up there so you can call in. Give us your predictions. Tell us everything you want or you think about this fight, whatever. Just let us know your comments, and we'll be happy to take your call. Phone number's up there on the top of the screen, 657-383-1147. That's 657-383-1147. Call in. Don't be scared. We want to hear all sides. all opinions, and we'll have a little bit of fun with it. Why not? Butcher, you want me to?
Absolutely. Don't be shy. Give us your predictions so we can put you on the list.
I like how the layout looks right now. I don't know if we put up the GIF that says phone lines open, I think that's gonna screw things up. What do you think?
Okay, don't put it on. Just
Yeah, we'll
don't
keep
put it on.
reminding people. We'll keep reminding people. Call in. There's a number. Call in. You don't want to just hear us babbling on for all the time. By the way, people were saying that the list, welterweight list. Well, who are your top welterweights? Well, let's defer to Ring TV. They got Sergey Lipinets, who's going to be fighting this Saturday against the ever tough John Molina. We got Egidijus Kavaliauskas. We got Jeff Horn at number 8, Ugas at number 7, also fighting this Saturday. Danny Garcia number 6, Pacquiao number 5, Porter number 4, Keith Thurman number 3, Terence Crawford number 2, Errol Spence number 1. Now, I tell you something. People are saying, BDA, why do you have Broner top 10? I have him top 10 because I think he can hang in there with anybody. And one fight that I would not mind seeing is Broner Lipinets. I think that would be all-out action because Lipinets doesn't run, and I don't know if Broner would run as well. Broner Jeff Horn. That'd be a good one too. Why not? So that was the list right there for the welterweights.
Yeah.
Yes. Go ahead.
I have something that I wanted to talk about. It's on Instagram.
All right.
So I'm sending you the link so you can put it on the screen.
Okay, fantastic. It better not be anything. Better not be anything too dirty. All right. But you should see some of the shit Pucho sends me on the Hangout chat. Oh boy, let me tell you something. It's not something you want to be working in an office space or anything like that. All right, hold on a second. Let me just start putting up. What are people saying in the chat? Horn versus Ugas would be good. Yeah, that would be a good fight. But let me tell you something. I don't know if Ugas makes it past the what's his name. I don't know if Ugas makes it past Figueroa. I'm calling that one right now. All right, what the fuck is this? All right, this is what Bucho. This is what Bucho found on Instagram. I don't know if you guys can see that. For those of you that aren't watching your screen, it's Canelo and Golovkin on top of a tree, hugging each other, and they're shaking. And below them is Demetrius Andrade and a lion, and they're looking up.
I think it's Charlo.
No, I think that's Andrade, man.
No, the lion.
The lion is Charlo.
I think the lion represents Charlo.
I think the lion represents the LDBC. Anyway, we're analyzing this as if it's the fucking Mona Lisa. It's a cartoon made by the LDBC. They're still obsessed. They really think Canelo and Golovkin are. I think this is they do this type of art more to hype themselves up and actually try to believe what they're thinking, as opposed to using common sense. Because I mean, do they really think Golovkin and Canelo? You saw Andrade. Listen, I'll give him credit. He shut down Sulenski's offense. And the funniest thing was watching him try to take Sulenski out within the first three rounds, and then he just fucking hit a wall and said, "Fuck this! I'm just going on the defensive," and was content with making Sulenski miss and not really make him pay. So Andrade is good. You love his defense, but when you want to be an all-time great or you want to be the best in the division, you gotta put offense together. For example, Pernell Whitaker, who just passed away. Oh, people that never saw him fight think he was like a Corey Spinks, Paulie Malignaggi guy that ran around the ring and would just pity pat. This motherfucker would stand in front of you sometimes, most of the time, and he would try to dig in some body shots. He said it himself. He said, "I love going to the body. I love digging hooks and uppercuts." Watch him fight. He wasn't running all the time. He was able to get people's respect because he would load up on shots sometimes. Andrade is a slapper, just like Tevin Farmer. They're very good defensively, but when it comes to offense, they're going to be in trouble against a guy like Golovkin, against a guy like Daniel Jacobs, against a guy like Canelo. So this cartoon, Bucho, that you found, Lunatoon Boxing. Let's see what other cartoons this person has. Did you check out what other things they've done?
No, not really.
Okay, so let's see what they've got here. They've got Keith Thurman. They've got Pernell Whitaker. Up in heaven. Oh yeah, you can tell these are the type of LDBC. Look at this cartoon. It's a Tyson Fury, and it says on the side it says Bomb Squad, and there's a bomb, as if it's time's up, or time's coming down.
Because who's
Here-
coming to get him?
Yeah,
Walter?
they're making
Again?
fun of.
I thought Walter already had his chance.
Yeah, no, but hey, listen, the ref.
He was
the
gonna
ref,
kill him.
The ref counted slow, Bucho. That's what they always
Oh
say.
yeah, 20 seconds.
They're trying to keep the black man down. Yee yee yee.
Bastards. Bastards.
Use the N word.
No, nobody used the N word. What's the matter with you?
Very
Come
happy
on,
about
man.
where we're at. Nice. I don't fuck with you. You don't fuck with me. Attitude going on.
Be honest now. Be honest now. Be the fuck honest now.
That's me trying to talk sense into some of these people. Anyway, listen, the point is this.
Hey, Seamus
yes.
Carey says, post a Sugar Ray Leonard pic with
Bruce
Jenner. What's Bruce Jenner?
I didn't even know they. What?
Yeah, I think he sent us a picture. Seamus.
Wait a minute. They went to the same Olympics, right? Did they?
Ah,
Or was
probably.
Bruce Jenner old? Whoa, this motherfucker. Yo, how big is this fucking Bruce Jenner dude? Is he?
I know,
over-
man. He looks huge. What the fuck?
Hold on a second. Let me post a picture here.
Kind of scary. Well, it's a man. It's a man. You know what I mean? Like,
Look at this, man.
oh, sorry. Are we gonna get banned or something for saying he's a man?
Yeah.
Sorry.
You should.
I mean,
You should really watch it there, Bucho.
it's a woman.
Look at that fist. It's
woman.
even big. It's bigger than Sugar Ray Leonard's fist. And Sugar Ray Leonard's supposed to be what? 5'10", 5'10" and a half.
It's a good-looking woman. That's a good-looking woman. Ugh. All right, that's enough.
How does one? It's amazing. If somebody would have told you, hey,
Gross.
one of these two guys took a shit ton of punches to the head, you would think, oh, it's the guy dressed like a woman. It's a guy who thinks he's a woman. You'd be wrong. Let me tell you that much right now. Bucho, let me know when, because I got to navigate here through different pages. So if you see somebody on the line, let me know. Don't forget, guys, we're taking calls. Let us know what you think about the Keith Thurman Manny
Call
Pacquiao
in.
fight. Call in. Don't be scared. What are people saying in the chat room? Bay Area says he won in one of the ugliest fights in history. Facts. I don't know what they're talking about. Whitaker. Oh, they're talking about Pernod Whitaker. The Quack says Whitaker is not overrated. Give me a break. Philippe Courtois says, I watched the Whitaker-Chavez fight when I was 7 years old, and I could tell Whitaker won almost every round. Rick Rocca says, that Jenner girl is a mutant. Okay, you want us to get fucking shut down. What's the matter with you people?
That's his point of view, not ours.
That's right. Don't make me put up the
Mhm.
disclaimer, people.
Mm-hmm.
Triple JJ says, it can fist itself now. Oh, come on,
All
man.
right.
BDA Boxing is saying that Whitaker sucked because he couldn't stop Azuma Nelson. Yeah, remind me again who stopped that Azuma Nelson. Oh yeah, that's right. I don't think anybody stopped. So I don't know what the hell BDA Boxing is talking about. Rascal says, BDA Boxing, show me the rules where KOing is the only rule in boxing. I'm starting to think BDA Boxing is a bit of a troll. Okay, John Gonzalez, shout out to John, says, that's Michelle Joey Phelps. Come on, guys.
Yo, Michelle, there's something that's not sitting right, man.
Don't do it, Bucho. Don't do it.
I will. Okay. I'll make a separate video on this. Nah, I'm joking. I don't give a fuck. Don't waste my time on that.
Oh,
Just
man.
letting you know that there's something fishy going on there. But anyways,
Listen, we still have a lot to do here, so...
You don't know where I've been, Lou. Oh my god! You don't know where I've been.
That's one gay guy with AIDS telling the other guy while he's fucking him up the ass. Anyway, listen, I wanted to show you a little bit here some of the more other Ring TV content. According to Freddie Roach says, this is a headline, Freddie Roach on why the old man Pacquiao is back, or why the old man in Pacquiao is back. His pay-per-view business numbers sucked. His pay-per-view numbers sucked, says Roach. That's the real
What do you mean?
reason. He says that the old Manny Pacquiao is back, the old hunger is back because of his low pay-per-view numbers. People want knockouts, and on pay-per-view, people want knockouts more because they are paying to see it. I told him for quite a while that the equation where he just has to do enough to beat his opponents, where you don't really have to hurt them or try to knock them out, won't be enough, he says. He's always had a full plate of responsibilities. He knew it was hard to be a senator and a boxer at the same time. He needed to choose one or the other, and I got let go for trying to give him good advice. I wonder who is that Conks guy? What was his name? Conks.
Yeah, Michael Conks.
Michael Conks. You think he's still around or around Manny Pacquiao?
What was his job again? Like I think Freddie Roach said he was doing Pacquiao's laundry or something.
By the way, Pete in the chat room says, "Remember that picture of Caitlyn Jenner from like 10 years ago in lingerie?" Oh no, that's Oscar.
Oh
Come on.
God! Oh yeah.
The comment section for this whole thing about Freddie Roach saying that the old Pacquiao is back and motivated by his low pay-per-view numbers. Rex Racer says, pay-per-view numbers were bad because nobody wanted to see him fight Vargas, Horn, or Bradley for a third time. No wonder Pac left Bob Arum. Bob would have set up a Horn trilogy if he could have. Same thing. Same.
True.
It's true. That's why it's funny. Same thing is going to happen to Crawford. What were the numbers on that Crawford versus Can fight anyway? LOL. It's true, man. I mean, Bob Arum, it's only recently that he said, "Oh, I don't want to marinate fights anymore." But you know that's just Bob Arum, the guy who said, "Yesterday I was lying, today I'm telling the truth." That's just him speaking. You know, he's a lizard. Guy's a lizard.
The Crawford should never have been fighting on pay-per-view. But because Bob Arum loves pay-per-view so much, and because he doesn't have any pay-per-view fighters, then he has to use what he has. You know what I mean?
That's
so
right.
He's stuck with putting Crawford, and then maybe he's gonna try to put Lomachenko at some point. But that's not how it works, you know. But this guy is so in love with pay-per-views; he just can't get enough of them, man.
You know what it is?
What I'm trying to say is Bob Arum has to realize he doesn't have a pay-per-view fighter.
Exactly. He you know what? Why he loves pay-per-views? He loves the word pay. He looks at that old desert snake. He looks at that and he goes, "Oh, you pay." Anyway.
You're here because you got nothing. You got nothing in court. You don't got the bookkeeper. You got nothing.
Anyway, listen. Pay-per-view, outdated model.
People are gonna think we're serious here.
No, we're not serious. We're just having some fun. Listen, the point is this. Okay, so that's what he's got a point. The guy in the comment section. A Horn trilogy is what he wanted, and when Pacquiao probably didn't want that shit anymore, Bob Arum let me go.
Yeah, but going back to that article that you mentioned that you're reading the comments from,
yes.
How we've been hearing this for a long time now from Freddie Roach. Oh, this time is gonna be a knockout. I feel there's gonna be a knockout. Oh, Pacquiao's been training hard. I can feel the knockout happening.
I think he feels a heart attack coming. That's what he feels. But listen,
yeah.
Oh no, wait a minute. Who am I talking about? No, I'm talking about, well, just based on what you said, Butcher, what a coincidence. This guy goes, "I missed the Freddie Roach hyperbole machine. I'm glad it's back in full effect. I really loved how his press release, I really loved how this press release gave Pacquiao an excuse as to why he lost to Mayweather. He was outclassed against Mayweather, and it wouldn't have mattered if his shoulder was 100%. I'm still rooting for the guy to beat Thurman, though." Another guy goes, "This version of Pacquiao throws punches in spurts and only 40 around. He would always struggle with somebody like Floyd. You have to be busy, so I agree that 2 healthy shoulders wouldn't have made much of a difference. Floyd would just use his reach and peck him with jabs all night. Very boring, but effective." Yeah, Bucho, at this point, you know, when he had Broner hurt, Pacquiao that is, I was surprised at how he let Broner go. I would have expected him to keep the pressure up. And then I said, well, Pacquiao's a veteran. He's smart. He knows how to pace himself. But just the fact that he needed to pace himself, maybe because people don't realize how draining it is to try to stop a guy, especially at the point in which he hurt him, which was, I think, the 6th or 7th. It was late in the fight. I think it was the 9th round or 8th. It takes a lot of energy to let out a burst, a volley of shots, and if you don't knock the other guy out, he could come back and catch you. So, but that's not what we used to see from the young Manny Pacquiao, the 2010, pre-2012 Pacquiao. This Pacquiao, he hurts you, and if he can't take you out, well, he'll pace himself. So, this guy makes a good point, I think. What do you think?
No, you're right. Absolutely. It's not the same Manny Pacquiao, and I know some people are starting to like romanticize the whole situation right now, with Pacquiao beating younger guys like Broner and Matisse. Well, Matisse was shot, by the way. So yeah, people have to realize this guy's 40, man, and it might show this Saturday night. And Keith Thurman, listen, Keith Thurman would have lost against Pacquiao 10 years ago, and Keith Thurman in the late 90s, early 2000s, he would have lost against Trinidad, De La Hoya. Who else do you have? Like Corte.
Yeah.
But he's not a bum. You know, he's not gonna fight defensively like Bronner did, and he's actually, you know, it just if there's a moment where Keith Thurman trades, that could be all he needs to maybe like hurt a guy like Pacquiao.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's older, man. He doesn't take the punches the same way as he did in the past.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And it's like we keep trying to drill into people's head. He's 40 years old. And Thurman, this is his chance to show people that he belongs in there as the best welterweight in the world. And think about it. If he's able to look impressive against Pacquiao, he would have beaten, in the past 3 years, he would have beaten Danny Garcia, Sean Porter, Manny Pacquiao. What the hell is Errol Spence going to say to that? Oh, hey, in the past 3 years, I beat Kell Brook, I beat Lamont Peterson, Jorge Ocampo, or whatever the fuck his name was. Oh, and Mikey Garcia. Those are the guys I beat. I mean, come on. It's going to look bad. It's going to look bad. So Thurman, he should be ultra motivated for that fight. In fact, Bucho, let me play a couple of clips here. See what Keith Thurman has to say about the upcoming fight. The guy, what's his name? Villallegos from Fight Hub?
Yeah.
The guy that looks like... Anyway, yeah, he looks like the guy that fixed my sprinklers last summer. All right.
Saying that.
I know. I'm kidding, obviously.
Hey everybody, Marcos Villegas here in Las Vegas at the MGM Grand. You're back. Yeah. Biggest fight of your career. How do you feel?
Oh, we feel great, man.
I love this fucking question. You know what I would hate, Bucho, if I had to be a reporter? I would hate to be a reporter for just for the pre-fight interviews. Because what the hell is Keith Thurman going to say to that question? Actually, I'm not feeling all that great.
That's why I stopped watching interviews. It's just boring in my opinion. But I have to watch them because, you know, sometimes you get some important information for the show.
Yeah. I mean, what's the guy going to say? I don't feel good.
Yeah.
I just got into a fight with my girlfriend. I woke up with a swollen testicle. I mean, come on. They're not going to say that shit. They're not going to be honest. They're trying to hype themselves up. All right, let's keep going.
I'm happy to be here. We're in the arena right now. You know, I see the ring being prepped. So at the end of the day, man, this is just a dream come true. It's been a long time since I performed in the MGM Grand. I love the MGM Grand. I love the atmosphere, capitals of the world. This is the biggest fight of my career.
Week and then just
you know, I'm really eager to see what the numbers are going to be. You know, it's my first ever pay-per-view against a terrific opponent, Manny Pacquiao. At the end of the day, you know,
why is this guy sounding like Floyd Mayweather? At the
end
of the day, this is a terrific opponent at the end of the day, and all he needs is to clap while he talks, and he talks like this because most people don't understand about Floyd Mayweather. Shut up. Talk like a normal human being.
At the end of the day, you know, it's boxing, baby. I just want to fight a good fight, clean fight, and, you know, put on a great show and go for the win, and I'm definitely going for the KO.
You had a chance to kind of enjoy it.
See, that I believe. I believe he wants... Maybe he's not going to fight like Jeff Horn coming forward, jumping in like a spastic, but I do believe he wants to hurt Manny Pacquiao. That I do believe. Keith Thurman is made...
Who doesn't want to hurt Pacquiao, man? Oh, you think Bronner didn't want to hurt Pacquiao?
But he didn't have the balls to stand in there. I think Keith Thurman, he's going to move, but he's going to stand his ground at some point to try to land something big.
Exactly. That's what I think he's going to do. That's when I think he's going to catch Pacquiao. It's not a... There's going to be a moment where there's going to be an exchange, man. And I see Pacquiao getting hurt.
But I can also see Pacquiao hurting Thurman. That's why I'm so interested in this fight. By the way, Philippe Courtois says subtle Pac hatred in Bucho's voice.
I hate what? Who? Oh, Pac.
I don't know if he's being serious.
Maybe I do hate Pacquiao.
Philippe, are you being serious about this?
No, I don't hate Pacquiao. I'm just saying, like, he's 40, man. I don't. God, he beat Bronner, fine, but Bronner wasn't there to fight. I think Thurman is actually gonna come in there and and try to win the fight. Yes, he's gonna be on the back foot, no doubt about it. But there's gonna be moments when he will exchange something that Bronner never had the balls to do.
Oh.
And at 40, I don't know if I don't know if Thurman can. Sorry, at 40 years old, I don't know if Pacquiao can handle those type of exchanges, man.
Well, we'll see.
He's gonna miss a punch, and anyways. Go ahead.
All right, let's keep this going.
In the sights of Vegas, or it's been kind of just chilling?
I took the wife out to Caesars yesterday, or at least she's gonna have to go with us. Everything that Vegas offers, a lot of time to spend with me. Work is done. We did it already. It's just a few more days leading up to the fight. All I got to do is make weight. All my families are gonna be coming into town. Starting.
He say all my families. How many families does this motherfucker have?
All my families are going to be coming into town. All my families are going to be coming. My families are going to be coming tomorrow.
All my families. It sounds like he's already taking a couple of too many blows to the head. I don't know.
So I'm just looking forward to this event.
What's different? What's gotten sharper?
Well, overall, just the final touches of strength and conditioning, and we're ready. We've been ready for these kind of fights my whole life. I've always produced some of the most exciting fights in the welterweight division. I truly believe, as a lover of the sport of boxing, that this is one of the best matchups of the year and the greatest fight all summer.
Do you agree? I do agree with that. I mean, what's the biggest event so far this summer? It's got to be it, right?
I was just about to say that. Of course, it's the biggest fight this summer. I mean, there's nothing.
G Boogie says, his wife is Hindi, so he's got a lot of family members. They're probably friends of Patel. Cinema says Thurman's counterpunching ability is good, but it is as Pac's is it as good as Pac's past opponents? Bagmaster says the hate be real. Rick Rock says Toby Thurman. I don't know who he's talking about. Rick Rock says Toby Thurman Keith is his oppressed name.
What the hell's going on, man?
BDA Boxing is this. What?
Can I show the BDA mug that I bought?
Oh, look at that! Wait, show it.
See it.
Let me. Yeah, we can see. Let me. I'm gonna make the hangout thing bigger. All right, go ahead.
But we can't talk. Mug. Although the logo's too big, though, I'm gonna make it small. I made it smaller now.
Butch's
smaller, but
Butch is overcompensating. Huh? Butch is overcompensating. That's why he made the logo big.
Exactly. Yeah. I gotta put on a big logo to compensate for.
You got Jeffrey. You got that Jeffrey Epstein cock, the egg-shaped cock that they talked about in his deposition.
Egg-shaped.
That's what they said. They said he's got an egg-shaped
weird. Cock. Yeah. He told me. What the fuck, man? He's gonna. Anyways. We're not gonna get political or into conspiracy theories here, but
it's not a second Renaissance. By the way, people keep saying, "When are you gonna do second Renaissance?" And we tell people
we promised a second Renaissance, man.
I know, man, and we never do them. What's up with that?
I don't know.
I got a new intro ready and everything. Anyway, listen. All right, so that's the mug. Pretty cool design from Bucho and homosexual European designers. Only the best designers for the BDA merchandise. So
that's right.
We will be. You can check that out in the coming weeks. By the way, let me just fast forward because I thought Thurman was gonna. He started off well the interview, but now he's just saying the same old pre-fight tropes about how he feels great and.
I prepared to make weight better, right?
Did you catch that, Bucho?
Bullshit.
He says
he looks like shit. Did you see him yesterday at the interview?
No, I didn't. Actually, I did.
Pre-fight, whatever it's called.
We're gonna talk. Listen.
I don't know.
But listen to how he said that. Let's hear that again.
Okay.
I prepared to make weight like a little.
See what he's saying? I prepared to make weight. And then there's a slight pause, and then he keeps talking. So he's saying he just prepared to make weight. Making weight.
You don't say that.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, exactly. So what, fat camp or something like that?
Maybe it might have been a fat camp. You never know.
Not fat camp, but the fact that he spent a big chunk.
To people. Explain to people what you mean by fat camp.
Well, I wouldn't say fat camp. I would say a big chunk of the whole training camp was maybe used for making weight.
Mm-hmm.
instead of actually working on something, on some techniques or skills for the Pacquiao fight.
All right, let me play this.
I think it was like a late night Reese's Pieces and like
A little bite or the whole buttercup?
the whole buttercup, man. Like I was like, I got that in once, and then I think I just smashed like a little too much of the pistachios. You know, it's portion control. So when I say a cheat meal, it doesn't mean that I went and had like a Big Mac or anything like.
All right, so he's eating Reese's Cups, and he's not shoving them up his ass like that video that I saw accidentally saw, by the way, a couple of weeks ago on the internet. So that's good. He's having his cheat meals. Oh, we got a phone call, Bucho. We got a phone call. Let's see.
Shit.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
All right, 817. You're on the line. 817.
Yeah,
Say-
yeah, I'm on, bro.
Yeah, you're on.
Yeah, all I'm saying is that, okay, my input is this, dude. Thurman is literally about to beat Pacquiao, not because of like that Pacquiao isn't good. Pacquiao truly is still, legendary and all. But the thing is, he slowed down significantly, like not even significant, more like tremendously, honestly. Because if you looked at how he fought Broner, and when you watched when Broner begun to attack Pacquiao, he was landing whatever he wanted at will. He was countering Pacquiao whenever he wanted to. But the thing was, it's as if Broner, the hit, he couldn't handle Pacquiao's hits. That's the thing. Broner doesn't really have that much of a chin. Unlike Mayweather, he did all the workouts. He just wasn't lifting weights with his neck like Floyd does,
Well,
But
I
my
would
input
say,
is this. Thurman actually just beats Pacquiao to a point. It might even be a stoppage. That is my input.
well, that's an interesting take on it. King Bucho sort of feels the same way, my co-host, because he says that Broner was embarrassing in that Pacquiao fight. So obviously, Bucho, you don't, like you said before, you don't think that. In retrospect, were you impressed with Pacquiao in the Broner fight, or?
Well,
I
a little
was
bit because. Go ahead,
slightly
Colin. Go ahead.
impressed. It's just he wasn't, it was. I wasn't as impressed as I was when he fought Jesse Vargas, because the Broner one, he just seemed, he seemed just so much. He's not as sharp. He looked like a C-class fighter from what we're used to seeing. The Jesse Vargas, you could tell he's going into that B-class level, but now he's just on that C-class level fighter. And to me, Keith Thurman is a B-level fighter. So it just is going to turn into a one-sided fight. I love Manny Pacquiao, man. I watch his fights almost every time I'm off work and don't really have much to do. My friends, all they do is kind of live a party lifestyle. So to me, I kind of seclude myself, watch boxing. I watch Mayweather a lot, but I love Pacquiao too, and I can just kind of tell that Keith Thurman will just overwhelm him. Since Pacquiao can't use his angles anymore, like back then, right now it's just it really won't work out. His calves been, he's been getting cramps in the calves from that's from way back then, but I'm pretty sure it's still in effect at an older age. Plus, Keith Thurman has been relaxed for a very long time. He's fresh. His muscles doesn't have that much strain from working out. He's gonna look superior against Pacquiao.
Well, one thing, it's possible that he beats. I mean, this is about as close a fight as he can get. There's a lot of factors here. Now, one thing I will say I disagree with you on is that Broner could have countered Pacquiao with will. Pacquiao's got pretty good defense. It's underrated defense. I'll put it that way. But it's when he jumps in, that's where he's going to be in trouble against Thurman. Because Pacquiao, for some reason, he hasn't fixed any of the flaws that got him knocked out against Juan Manuel Marquez.
Yeah, yep. And I did see that during the Broner fight. That little double jab where he does, fake to the body, come up, fake jab to the body, then fake to the head, and lethal left straight. I saw him kept doing that, and like at one point, Broner even countered that. That was when I was saying Broner started going on a counter and him effect. But Thurman just has that firepower. He has that will to. Once he gets hit, he doesn't. He gets angry and just wants to fire back. But Broner is the type he gets hit, then he just kind of panics and all that.
By the way,
so Yeah.
I would suggest also to give ourselves a little publicity here. Go on over to BDA Live or second channel if you haven't already, and watch the 2 film analysis. Actually, three film analysis we did for this upcoming fight. We analyzed a lot of different aspects of the fight, and I think I would be interested to hear your take on those videos. If we do have a show on Saturday, you could call in and let us know what you think about that.
Oh, most definitely, man. I've been watching y'all since morning. Like, I missed yesterday's show, and I was watching it at work. And now that I got off, I saw you guys were live, so I just decided to call in and put my input in. But what'd you say that site was again? Say it for all of us to hear again.
BDA Boxing Live.
It's a live at the end.
VBA. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay. I'll get
It's the same name as the channel, but there's live at the end.
He watches our channel so often he doesn't even know what the name is. That's what.
No, he makes sense. BDA, I told you, nobody a lot of people don't know about the second channel, man.
Shut up!
Like,
Stop
really
defending him.
Promote it.
Stop defending him.
It pops up in our recommendations all the time. It's just.
I gotta ask you, caller.
No doubt, bro. I'm gonna subscribe.
Caller, you got a weird.
Everything, bro.
Caller, you got a weird accent, man. Where are you from?
Oh, I'm from Ghana.
Oh, okay, yeah, because it sounds like you're veering.
Yeah, Michael Blackson's hometown.
You sound like you're veering into like a British accent, and then whoop, you go to some sort of like a neutral accent. I was just curious.
Yeah, I get that a lot. Everywhere I go, I get asked where I'm from. Anytime I speak,
let me ask you something.
Where I'm from.
What's up with Ghanaian boxers? Usually, most of the time, they end up. I don't know where they get that from, but that tight peekaboo guard, like Ike Corte, Joshua Clottey, Joshua Clottey's brother, Emmanuel Clottey. Is that a cultural thing or?
Oh man, you saying what do they get what from?
The peekaboo defense.
Oh, that peekaboo thing. Yeah, I think it is. Honestly, you know what's crazy? I was boxing one of my military friends, right? We were doing just backyard boxing, fun stuff. And like I had practiced that Mayweather thing for about a whole 2 months before we did that. And the thing was, within the fight, I just turned into peekaboo. I don't know why, but it works that much better for us, I guess. Like my arm, it's easier to block with our arm. We have bigger shoulders. It's kind of like a physique. I'm not trying to, toot my own horn with Ghanaians and all, but it's true. The lifestyle we live, the way things are set up over there, kind of a second, third world country style. It's much more. There's no such thing as like getting water from inside your house. You have to go to a nearby lake or something like that, so there's walking and lifting.
Why don't they just open up the faucet? Why don't they just open the faucet and get some cool water?
Oh man, I wish it could be like that. But the good thing is it's not as hot as America. That's the only good thing.
Hey, listen,
rain and sunshine.
Listen,
but yeah,
tough.
All those Ghanaian fighters, man, they kind of.
Listen, tough places
because of the money.
Tough places make tough fighters, man. You look at that in Mexico, Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, Philippines, Ghana, Nigeria. Yeah, that's where the tough fighters come from. There's no tough fighters coming from the suburbs. They're playing Xbox and eating Pop-Tarts. Yeah, man.
Right. Very, very true about that.
People in the chat room.
A third world sport.
People in the chat room want to know. Seamus Carey says, ask the caller if he eats dog curry. What the hell is dog curry?
I have never ever heard of dog curry, but I mean, I've heard of people eating stuff. Goat is a natural. That's like our very, very favorite meat to eat over there. Goat and chicken. I've heard some people even eat snakes, kind of northern Ghana and all that. They're into
probably
eating snakes and monkeys. So
yeah, I was watching the Chinese videos, that Chinese festival where they eat dogs.
Oh, matter of fact, no. Okay, I know what they're talking about. There's an area. There's an Nima. Around that area they do eat dogs. That's true. That is true. I've kind of forgotten about that.
I don't mind people. True. I don't mind people
yeah.
eating dogs. I mean, if you want to eat a dog, there's nothing around to eat. Eat the goddamn dog. What's the? Oh shit! I didn't mean to take the Lord's name in vain. Sorry about that. But yeah, but if you're gonna eat,
I don't know.
yeah, go ahead.
I'm listening.
All right. Well, listen. I'm just saying that dog. If you're starving, what's a dog, right? Listen, caller, we gotta go.
Right.
We gotta go. But okay, give us your So your final prediction.
Yeah, prediction.
Final prediction: Keith Thurman winning by fight stoppage in round 8.
Oh, Bucho, this is the up.
Said that. Yeah, that's right. John from Ghana said that.
John from Ghana.
It's on the record now.
He's on the record now. I know you probably got some.
Oh yeah.
You probably got some telephone scams to get to, so we're gonna let you go. We don't want to take up your time, but
thank you.
See, I like this guy. He gets the jokes. See, I like you, John.
Gets the jokes.
John gets the jokes. He would be a good.
Hey, but that's Nigerians, all right? We Ghanaians, we're good.
Yeah, that's Nigerians. Different
that's the joke. Anyway, John, thank you. We've got your prediction down here on a piece of paper. So if you get it correctly, we'll give you all the credit in the world. And thank you for calling in.
Back after the fight.
Thank you guys also, man. You guys keep up the good work, man.
Thank
Good
you, man.
talk.
All right.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. All right.
All right, so that was John from Ghana, and he's got Thurman by TKO in the 8th. The opposite of the Filipino caller from last night. What was his name again? Benji, who said Pacquiao at 8th round TKO. So this is good. We're getting all sorts of different predictions here. And by the way, I noticed I was reading the list this morning. I don't have Pete's prediction. Do you remember what it was? Or Pete, if you're still in the chat room, can you let us know in the chat what your prediction is? Because I don't have it on file.
He said Thurman stoppage, but I don't think he gave us a round.
I get the feeling Pete's gonna change his mind.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, he's inhaling all that dust, all that paint spray in the fucking shop. I'm telling you, he's not thinking straight right now. He's not thinking straight.
I'm sticking with my I'm sticking with my Keith Thurman wins in the 10th round.
All right.
Stoppage. I think there's gonna be a mistake from Pacquiao, and that's gonna be it, man. The referee's gonna jump in. Oh, by the way, the referee is Kenny Bayless.
Oh, is that good? Is that bad? What do you think?
I don't know, man. Well, he sucks. He's
all right.
Quick
By the
to
way,
jump in sometimes.
Go
ahead.
I was just gonna say, I realized that I didn't give a prediction, right?
You never give a prediction, man.
Well, that's what people. First of all, it's not I never give predictions, but it's you motherfuckers are talking all the time. I don't get a chance to tell my predictions. So what I'm gonna do is, everybody see, this is what I do. I always take it to the next level. All right, and people always go, "Well, I'll make a prediction. I'll go with my logic and I'll go with my heart." No, fuck that. I go deep. I actually try to go into the. I've been doing some remote viewing, Bucho. Been doing a little remote viewing. I can actually look into the future. And I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to look into the future. Give me a couple of seconds here. And let's see. I'm going to give you my prediction. All right. I'm back.
You're in the future now?
I'm bleeding. No, I went to the future. I'm bleeding from the nose.
Your nose bleeding.
I'm bleeding. I'm actually bleeding from the nose. Yeah, it took a toll on me. You can't do this too often in your lifetime, by the way. It takes years off of your life. But I just saw. And by the way, it's not like a movie. You don't see a movie played back on your head. That's not the way it works. You only get bits and pieces, and you got to put the rest together. I saw somebody on the ground.
Oh my God.
Like facial hair, mopped up, like Chinese army haircut.
Okay, so it's not Kenny Bayless.
I don't know. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna have to get go into the future again, but later on in the show because I didn't get correctly. I didn't get it all there. Bucho, let's go back to the comment section here in this article, and there's this guy saying, if it was a bullshit contest, Freddy would win, no problem. Manny needs Thurman to be a little rusty, or as rusty as he was against Lopez. However, if Thurman is back to form, the form he showed against Garcia and Porter, then I think Manny will struggle. I hope I'm wrong. And I hope Manny can win and shut the big head's mouth for at least a little while. So that's really the angle on this fight, right? That if Thurman shows up rusty, he's gonna be in trouble. But if he shows up in shape, it might be a different thing. He says, "I'd hate to get my money's worth by viewing the demise of Manny." See, this guy doesn't get what he's talking about. That's why I'm willing to pay for this fight. Because I want to see if Manny Pacquiao gets knocked out. I want to see his final fight. Also, let's play another clip here. Because I got a clip from Manny Pacquiao in the press conference. You know, he's not a fan. He hasn't been a fan of Keith Thurman's trash talking. He said that before. And the final press conference last night, he did say something interesting.
Good afternoon.
Best foot forward. Oh, by the way, they're playing Mexican music.
Anyway.
Keith, and now
Mendes.
I'm very happy that my
okay, hold on a second.
Everything that we've.
This is not accident. There's a plan. I mean, especially this coming Saturday, it's gonna be exciting fight, once in a lifetime fight. It's gonna be more action. Like he said, my opponent said that it's gonna be more action in the ring. That's why I picked him as my opponent, because we believe that we can give a good fight to the fans. That's our first GM. This is my job well done because of you guys. So what I can say in my training camp, we did a lot.
I'm looking for the quote.
We did our best and train hard for. I mean. It's going to be exciting, the way he talked.
By the way, Bucho, can you imagine? I'm fast forwarding to this to get to the good part. Can you imagine sitting through an hour of this?
God, no.
And promoters?
I tried to this morning while I was working, listening. I stopped it. I just couldn't.
That's why people go, why is Dan Rayfield a fat piece of shit? Well, what do you think? You have to eat while you're listening to this fucking shit. It's boring otherwise.
Oh my God, it's so boring, man.
I hope that he will do it on Saturday. And also, before I end, I want to thank the Filipino fans for being there, always supporting us. Dagang salamat, maraming salamat sa inyong lahat, mga kababayan ko. Thank you to all of you, and of course, to all the sponsors for this big event. And before I end, I would like to leave this passage of the Bible in Jeremiah 9 again. 9 verse 23, 24, it says, "This is what the Lord says, let not the wise boast about their wisdom, or the strong boast about their strength, or the rich boast about their riches. But let the one who boast about this, that they have the understanding to know me, that I am the Lord who exercises kindness, justice, and righteousness. For in this I delight, declares the Lord." Thank you, everyone.
I am a Manny Pacquiao fan now, Bucho. If I wasn't before, if you weren't a fan of him before, his all-action style, his womanizing, the cockfighting, all that shit. If this quote doesn't get to you, my friends, wouldn't it be interesting if he does die in the ring on Saturday and then he comes back 3 days later? I mean, come on, that's got to be pretty fucking epic, man. I don't think he's going to do it, but that quote right there, that's how you shut somebody that's boastful down. Give him a little bit of the JC and watch him go down. Okay? See what people are saying in the chat room.
All right.
Pete says, at the press conference, Manny had... What is he saying? At the press conference, Manny had Buboy had a stack of Philippine currency to Thurman, saw his shirt and thought he was a refugee. Oh, come on, Pete. By the way, we need your prediction, man. We need your prediction so we can get it on the
we got a phone call there.
Oh, we got a phone call? All right, hold on a second. By the way, lower your volume a little bit, Bucho. It's a little too hot.
But you said you would lower my volume, so...
Oh, gosh, darn it. All right, caller, you're on the air, on the line. 510.
What's up, everybody? This is Ross Clark 222 representing the MOBC, my own boxing community. I'm 39-0 in debates. No one can stop me. What's the topic?
Well, you already know what the topic is. We're talking Keith Thurman, Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao is spreading the gospel. And what's going on in the background there?
Oh, I'm driving. That's why. I'm sorry. I'm in my car driving. About to pick up my wife, actually. who is a #1 Pactard.
Okay.
What do you think about people saying that Keith Thurman is going to knock out Manny Pacquiao?
I mean, it's possible because again, Manny Pacquiao is 40 years old and he's vulnerable to counter shots. I mean, let's just keep it real, man. Manny Pacquiao is 40 years old, and I think us diehard boxing fans, we are forgetting that Manny Pacquiao is 40 years old because in our hearts we want him to win. We want him to win, especially Pactards, and most Pactards, they forget that the man is 40 years old. I mean, he could have his fight against Broner. I mean, Broner, if he had skills, could have capitalized on so many mistakes that Pacquiao was making, but he couldn't. And I think Thurman can.
Well, I'll tell you what, we had this caller from Johnny from Ghana, and he says Keith Thurman, Keith Thurman, 8th round TKO. If you were a betting man,
I mean,
well, if you were a betting man, who would you bet on? Forget about betting with the heart. Who do you think would make you the money here?
Well, in all honesty, and I don't think anyone's getting KO'd. I think it's going to go all 12. I think I'd bet a decision win over Manny Pacquiao, as I'm one of those guys who believe that Manny Pacquiao has slowed down, but he still has just enough to barely beat Keith Thurman. It's not going to be a blowout. I think he has just enough to barely beat Keith Thurman. Just enough to beat Keith Thurman.
Do you think, because if you're saying Pacquiao has just enough to beat Keith Thurman, so that do you think if he puts on that type of performance, can he get the decision?
Well, okay, and then when we talk about decisions, again, we're talking about a PBC card. We can't trust this organization. Let's keep it real. We can't trust PBC. They're full of it, and so I think. I mean, I jump back and forth with this. I know that they would rather have Manny Pacquiao versus Errol Spence because PBC is more invested in Errol Spence than they are in Keith Thurman. I mean, that's just the facts.
So do you think it can? So you think Manny can get a decision though?
I mean, he definitely can. Listen. It's all about money. It's all about money. What pay-per-view would make more money? Errol Spence versus Manny Pacquiao or Keith Thurman versus Errol Spence?
Well, that depends.
I mean, Manny Pacquiao is the moneymaker. Errol Spence Jr. is not. They want him to be a star. They need to build him to be a star. He didn't do anything against Mikey Garcia. That wasn't enough to sell a future pay-per-view fight. He needs Manny Pacquiao. He can't do it with Keith Thurman. Errol Spence Jr.'s nipples are harder than a crip.
Okay, now hold on. Okay, now hold on. Well, first of all, why do you have to put that image in our heads? All right, we don't want to see that gosh darn image of Errol Spence's milky nipples. Yeah. I don't want that image.
God.
I mean, that's what he's saying. His nipples look like he's gangbanging right now.
All right, listen. You're breaking up. There's too much noise in the background. So, Rascal, final prediction.
I gotta go because I'm driving. I gotta go, and I want to just say shout out to my bitches in the chat room. Y'all still owe me money.
All right. Thanks for calling, Rascal, and
all right, peace, guys.
Thanks for calling in, baby. Thanks for calling in, baby. All right.
All right. Peace.
Take it easy, man.
Thank you.
All right, and by the way, I was going to ask him his prediction, but we already have it because he gave it to us last night. But if any of you guys want to change your mind or change your predictions, just leave it in the chat room and we'll pick it up from there. By the way, I'm still waiting for Pete's his gosh darn prediction. Butcher, has he given a prediction yet or not?
I don't know, man. Yesterday, did you write it down? No, I guess not. So
no, I didn't. That's why I'm trying to get it on the record here.
No.
And by the way, I think Keith Thurman watches BDA live because he just came up with a statement saying, Keith Thurman, I'm not a big fan of Manny Pacquiao's defense. The beauty of outboxing is when you want to hit me, You're committing to your attack, okay? Thurman said. Counterpunching is about timing somebody who commits to the attack. Slipping is about dodge. Okay, he's giving people a sermon. He might throw an awkward punch, he's talking about Pacquiao. He might fight in spurts. I've been in the ring with similar styles. The number one thing that's different is his overall footwork. But one thing that I'm not a big fan of is Manny Pacquiao's defense. I think his offense is his defense. I don't think he really has defense. He's not technical. I was 9 years old, and my late trainer, Ben Getty, oh, here we go, said one simple thing. From the chin back to the chin. Go watch him hit the heavy back. Never does it. Can't follow first step in boxing, baby. Come on now. Come on now, baby. He can't follow the first step, baby. Can't follow the goddamn motherfucking first step. That's what he's saying here, Bucho. So he's not a big fan of Pacquiao's defense. I would suggest to people that they watch the BDA live videos that we did on Pacquiao's defense. It's not a long video. We don't even scratch the surface on all of Pacquiao's defensive moves. But we can highlight right there that he's got pretty good defense. Now, Bucho, he's right, though, when he talks about Pacquiao's offense being his defense a little bit, because most guys are too afraid to engage with him. And so they never really let their hands go all that much. Would you agree with that? What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think they're afraid. But like I told you, Marquez, look at Marquez. He had balls. He stood his ground. Oh, of course he got hit, but that's part of the game. But eventually it paid off, you know what I mean? And it paid off throughout the 4 fights, to be honest. Those were very close fights. And yeah, Marcus stood his ground, grew some balls. Thurman should do the same thing.
That's a thing. That's a thing. Marquez, he would always stand and, well, not always, but often he would try to get to Manny Pacquiao with his own shots. And in the process,
and there was some head movement, you know, don't get me wrong. It wasn't like he just stood there through, like, and let his hands go. There was some technique behind that.
Mm-hmm. And in Marquez, he would stand and trade to try to get his shots. And in the process, he would get touched up too and get dropped or hurt or cut. But that's Marquez. He was willing, and it paid off finally in the 4th fight. I don't think Keith Thurman is going to get 4 fights with Manny Pacquiao. So if he wants to, I mean, even look at Timothy Bradley. It took him 3 fights to finally hurt Manny Pacquiao. He hurt him in the 3rd fight. Remember with the left hook? I put that in one of the videos. So people in the chat room are saying, I mean, in the comment section of this video, there's this one guy, I bet he's Filipino. That's because Manny doesn't run. You won't be a fan of his offense too, I guarantee. LOL. Also, I wanted to get into something here. Freddie Roach is saying Pacquiao will have Fight of the Year wrapped up after this one. So he's intimating that Manny Pacquiao is going to win, and with this win and the Broner win, he's going to be Fight of the Year. First of all, Bucho, doesn't that speak volumes about, because you were talking about the welterweight division of the late 90s, doesn't this speak volumes about the lack of fighters taking chances nowadays? That this so far, if Pacquiao beats Thurman, he would have one of the best resumes of the year.
Well, of the year, because he fought Broner and Thurman.
If he beats Thurman, yeah, he would have Broner and Thurman.
I'm not sure. I would have to look at other, but I'm not sure, man. To be honest, because Broner is not a big deal in my opinion.
Well, okay, but right now, who's in the running for Fight of the Year? See, that's what I'm saying.
I have to think about it, man. Like you're putting me on the spot here.
It's already July. At this point, fighters should already have half of their resume in there, and we should be, in theory, we should be able to predict who could be Fight of the Year. We can't even fucking do it. Andy Ruiz, if he beats Anthony Joshua, if they have a rematch this year and he beats Anthony Joshua again, he's probably gonna get it, just based on the magnitude of the upset and the fight, and it's because it's a heavyweight. Errol Spence, who has he beaten? Little Mikey Garcia. If he takes on Sean Porter, which isn't even a fucking given at this point, maybe, he could get it. But then again, that would be one win, Sean Porter. Who else? Deontay Wilder? What the hell has he done this year? Tyson Fury? The heck has he done this year? If Keith Thurman beats Pacquiao, that's one win this whole year. So who else do we have? Juan Francisco Estrada. He beat Sorong Visay. He would have to. I don't even know who won Fight of the Year last year. Who won Fight of the Year last year?
I have no idea.
I mean, this is
who cares? I don't give a fuck who the Fight of the Year is, to be honest.
Nah,
so what?
But it shows you that guys are taking chances. For example, like you said, look at De La Hoya in 1999. he took on Icorte, he took on Obakar, and he took on Felix Trinidad. That's like as if Errol Spence took on Keith Thurman. Oh no, sorry, scratch that. That's like if Errol Spence took on Sean Porter and Terence Crawford in the same year. With, I don't know, Chris Algieri thrown in there in the mix, or not Chris Algieri, but like what's his name, Lipinets. That would be the type. That would be that type of resume. He took on Icorte and Felix Trinidad. Those are the top 3 welterweights at the time. Can you imagine Errol Spence doing that this year or next year?
No.
See, that's what I'm saying. These guys are. I don't like it. So the fact that Free Roach has a point there makes me sad a little bit.
All right, FightHype.com. Sean Zattel here with Dan, the great and underrated.
Okay, so this is an interview with Dan Birmingham, and they're talking about what he thinks about the fight. So it's a short clip. Let's listen to it right now.
Dan Birmingham. What's up, Dan? Scene of the crime where Winky took Trinidad to school 14 years ago. Now we got Keith Thurman here. Keith's voice was a little raspy. Any worries that all this fight week in Vegas stuff take a toll on him by fight night?
Not at all. He's used to the big stage.
What about weight? You think weight's been a problem at all?
Not for this camp. He's already on weight. It's perfect.
How was sparring for this camp, Dan?
Oh, great. We had some good sparring partners, some good left-handers down in St. Petersburg, Florida, at our gym.
All right, so he's just same
to
old
the last
shit.
Keith Thurman we saw
sound like,
what was that?
Why does he sound like O.J. Simpson?
See, that's when you know Butch has been watching too many O.J. Simpson clips. Why does he sound like O.J. Simpson?
What do you think looks better?
I think he's more focused for this camp. The time off, I think, served him well. And,
By the way, I'm going to put it up on screen. Dan Birmingham looks like one of those career military people. You know, they do all the drug running, human trafficking, illegal arms streams. He looks like a military guy. If I saw him walking down the street, I would think, all right, that guy's probably in the military. And he's not saying anything worth listening to right now. Hold on a second.
Kim and
it's a little harder to get away with running those red lights, and you might get smacked by an SUV. Do you think that it's he's on the right track there? Is that how you see Keith? Maybe he could time Manny coming in, kind of thing. What do you think, Dan?
Oh, there we go.
I think he can time him. I mean, maybe not at first. Manny's going to be very spirited, very fast the first 4 or 5 rounds till he gets hit a few times in the body. We slow him down. But I think Teddy's right on the money.
So body attack is going to.
So you see, Bucho, they're thinking the exact same thing everybody else is thinking. Catch Manny Pacquiao coming in. I mean, come on, he's a fucking professional trainer. You don't think he sees it coming? You don't think he sees it coming? Come on.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's...
I'm looking at something else here. Yeah, but listen, I don't give a shit what he has to say.
that's
what is he gonna say? I don't know why you playing interviews. Nobody cares, man.
All right, take it easy. Take it easy. One last thing here from boxing scene. Thurman, I'll do to Pacquiao what I did to Danny Garcia. If I'm Manny Pacquiao, that wouldn't scare me a lot, because what did Keith Thurman do? He stunned Garcia early on a little bit, and then he won a decision and he ran in the last round. Now, I also want to touch up. You got anything, Bucho, by the way?
No, that's pretty much it, man.
One last thing that, because I used to be a forum surfer for a while. I used to go on all sorts of forums. I wouldn't post in all of them, but I would only post in one, but I would read a lot of them. And there was always this website called Boxing News 24. Boxing News 24, as you can see here. And at first you think, oh, it's a news website or something. No, it's essentially a big blog where they let all sorts of fans write whatever they want. So they can be as biased. Well, I think they try to pass them off as professional articles, but you can just tell these people are biased as hell. So I did a little research. I read this article and I said, okay, who wrote this fucking post? And I'm going to show you who wrote it. But first, I want to show you the article, all right? So this guy goes, Thurman, this is the headline. Thurman orders Pacquiao, let's face off at the press conference, by Chris Williams. All right, we're going to look into that later on. Keith Thurman let Manny Pacquiao know who's boss during the final press conference by ordering him to face off when the two were standing on stage posing for pictures in front of the media. Pacquiao initially looked like he didn't want to face off with him. Thurman angrily ordered the former A-Division champion to stand and face off with him. And then the subheading, Thurman bosses Pacquiao on stage. Thurman said, "Let's face off," and Pacquiao immediately followed his instructions as if he was his underling. Pacquiao looked meek during the interaction. Afterwards, Pacquiao patted Thurman on the shoulder as if to say, "Let's be friends." Thurman didn't look like he was interested in playing nice though. Pacquiao should have walked off without the placating gesture. We have to fall for Pacquiao's sake that he brings it on Saturday night. That's the post, man.
Fuck, man, I'm telling you, this is pointless.
Hold on. And then he puts here a quote of what Thurman said during the press conference, and then he goes on. This is the guy talking, the writer, or so-called writer. "A brutal knockout win for Thurman will give his career a huge boost, but he'll still get credit. He'll still get credit just by beating Pacquiao. Getting the victory is all that matters. If Thurman wins by an hour decision, his career will still take off into the stratosphere." You think that, Butcher? You think if he wins a close decision against a 40-year-old guy, his career is
No,
gonna go
hell
into
fucking no. He has to knock him out like spectacularly. Then maybe that's gonna boost him up. But winning a decision against Pacquiao, it's not gonna do much, in my opinion, because people are just gonna say, "Well, Pacquiao was old." You know what I mean? What's the highlight? What's gonna be the highlight reel out of that fight? Like what? Him on the back foot? Get out of here. If he wants to take the torch from Pacquiao, he has to destroy Pacquiao in a spectacular fashion.
Right. Now, real quick, I just want to show... Can we show the video of the press conference?
I'd rather not.
Oh, shit. Okay, well, if you watch the video of what this guy is saying, he's really grasping at straws with saying that Manny Pacquiao was scared of Keith Thurman, that Keith Thurman was bossing him around. So I said, all right, I said, I got to go to the comment section here to see what these people are saying. First comment, "Guys, don't get mad because of that stupid little article. We all know that Lil Creasy, aka Lil Scotty, aka Lil Aragon, or as he calls himself, has absolutely no clue about the sport of boxing. It seems like he's just writing articles to generate angry comments about himself. He's the Donald Trump of Boxing News 24. Another guy goes, "Chris, Manny doesn't give a fuck what you think. I'm surprised you're still writing. Win or lose, he could buy you and your whole family." Okay, that's not a good argument, by the way, when they bring up money. "Bro," says one guy, "have you paid attention at all to Manny Pacquiao during his 100-year career? He always acts non-confrontational outside of the ring, and he always fights his fight in the ring. Even I got to the level when I boxed that I was able to fight for my best fight, regardless of who I was fighting." So people are really... There's about 120-something comments in here. People are really letting him have it. "Not sure if I'm still leaning towards Emmanuel on this bout. You're the biggest and fattest pussy here, power stinky, grow a pair and make a pig. No matter what you're writing, you will only have been seen as a stalker and a follower." Anyways, you can see people don't like this guy. So I said, okay, like I told you guys, this is essentially it's a big blog where people can write. They let anybody write, apparently, or almost anybody. So I said, okay, I gotta look at more of this Chris Williams' fascinating journalistic work. I mean, he makes Seymour Hersh look like a high school journalist. So let's take this is from August 26, 2016. Okay, 2016. Let's look at Chris Williams' top 10 pound for pound list. All right, Bucho?
All right,
hold on a sec. I just wanted to check if there's... Okay, let me know if there's any phone calls. I don't want to waste...
Yeah, I'm checking.
Okay. So this is Chris Williams' pound for pound list. Floyd Mayweather Jr. in 2016. Which, this is August 2016. So he hadn't fought in a year. And he still has him number one pound for pound. Or he had him. As I pointed out already, Mayweather makes the pound for pound list for the next 5 years, because in boxing, retirement is little more than code word for vacation. So until we see Mayweather retire for 5 years, he's going to stay at the top of the pound for pound list, because there's no one that is even close to him in that talent department. So he probably still has Mayweather up there, right, Bucho?
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, man.
Number 2, Adonis Stevenson. This is the best fighter in the light heavyweight division right now. At 38, Stevenson is showing no signs of having aged at all. He's like a fighter 10 years younger. All right, so that prediction didn't hold up for 5 years. Andre Ward, number 3. Deontay Wilder, number 4. Bucho, this is
this is a joke.
This is pre-Ortiz, by the way.
Jesus Christ.
Deontay
Joshua?
Wilder. Wait, hold on. Let me not spoil it. Deontay Wilder has a lot of talent and one-punch power at heavyweight. He's still getting better at age 30, believe it or not. As if it's unbelievable that this guy, he's getting better. This is from 2016. Has he gotten better since then, Bucho? You tell me. There's still a lot of question marks surrounding Deontay about whether he can... By the way, he calls him by his first name, Deontay. Whether he can stay healthy for long and whether he can handle a punch from a heavyweight big power. Those questions will be answered in time. He's got Anthony Joshua.
It's been 3 years now.
Yeah. He's got Anthony Joshua. Again, that didn't age well. James DeGale. That didn't age well. Terence Crawford. All right. Guillermo Rigondeaux. The Cuban fighter has been avoided his entire career by the top fighters at 122. That will likely stay that way until he ages a little bit more. Right now, Rigondeaux is still the best boxer at super bantamweight. Gary Russell Jr. Bucho, this is from 2016.
Oh my God.
It's from 2016. The fighter is the best featherweight, period. While other featherweights hog the attention like Carl Frampton and Leo Santa Cruz, Russell Jr. is the best of the bunch. He's the class of the division, in my opinion. Okay, so did you see a pattern here of all the fighters he has on his top 10? Come on.
Should I? No, nah, there's no pattern. Of course not. I don't see a pattern.
I don't see it either.
No.
Then again, that's because I don't see race. But if I were to see race, I would notice that all of these fighters he mentioned in his top 10 are of the African-American persuasion. Or no,
Bronner's missing in his list, I think.
Yeah, obviously, all of these guys are not white. They're not Mexican. They're not Asian. No Asian, no Mexicans, no nothing. All black people, whether they're from Britain or England.
Well, Kell Brook is not like he's not really black.
Bucho, you never interrupt me when I'm playing. Bucho, you never interrupt when I'm playing Schoolie D. Am I black enough for you? All right.
No, sorry. I thought you were gonna play it again or something. But anyways, listen, that list is a bit weird. I have to say.
People are saying
Just
in
a
the
little
chat
bit.
room. In the chat room, is that low place? Says Shepherd Sons.
Seriously.
Box is surprised they let Andrew Ward on. If you squint your eyes, he looks white. Seamus Scary says all black list. Shepherd says only brothers on that list. Yeah, he saw it coming way before. Just as we were halfway through, Shepherd already saw it coming. Shepherd says melanin. LOL. Boxes take off the Gale, Brook, and Ward. They're too white looking. I agree. This guy fucked up. So that's what this guy has in store. And then I went on the forums. The boxing forum 24. And apparently I couldn't find the photograph of what they're talking about, but apparently after Lomachenko beat up Mariaga, this guy posted an article about that fight, and look at the comments of people in the forum. One guy comes in complaining, in the adjacent article, Lomachenko versus Mariaga results, the picture is of Loma, eyes closed, taking a punch. It's an unusual choice of photo considering Loma dominated and won the fight by stoppage. So this guy actually put an article after the Lomachenko beat up Mariaga, and the only photo he could find was one where Mariaga is landing a punch on Lomachenko. And one guy goes, I don't go there for the news. And then one guy goes, I don't read the news on this website. Was it Chris Williams who hates all Asians and European fighters? And then another guy goes, you would think there would be plenty of photos of Loma landing? This is preposterous. In fairness to this site, I don't know what you went to the main page expecting. The news and opinion sections have always been utterly biased garbage. Well, you can watch any Loma fight and watch him landing dizzying shots. So they actually took a photograph of Lomachenko getting hit, even though it's an article about how he won the fight. So, Boxing News 24 doesn't exactly look like the biggest, or the best, actually, place to get unbiased news. And here we have a video on Twitter, by the way, of this guy showing you Manny Pacquiao's calves. Hold on a second. The tweet is, Manny's calves, oh, it's a woman. Manny's calves are the size of a newborn baby. Pacquiao Thurman #. Look at the size of those fucking calves, man. What does this guy eat? What? I don't understand what it is with Asians and their
Look at
calves,
that, man.
I know, man.
Is it true that it's one of the hardest muscles to develop?
Oh yeah, believe me, I've been trying to develop them for years. Okay, the comments are creepy as always. This guy goes, I have a weird desire to bite into them like turkey legs you get at the fair.
Oh man, cannibals.
Well, they're from Asia. Gin and Tonic says, God damn, they look like Popeye's forearms. I hope Lampley doesn't see this. His brain might explode. And so on and so forth. What the fuck is this picture? So yeah, that's those are the things that people are talking about there, Bucho. So we're getting some hype. You can see people are hyped up for this fight. Very hyped up.
Well, I'm hyped up for the fight.
I'm hyped up as well.
I'm telling you, it's gonna be yes, Thurman was gonna be on the back foot, but at some point there's gonna be some action, man. So and my prediction again, Keith Thurman will win by stoppage. Because Pacquiao's gonna make a mistake. He's too old.
You think
in
he's
boxing
too old,
terms, of course, people are gonna freak out.
Yeah, because I mean, come on, you gotta give him, you gotta make the right, correct, and about as precise a prediction as you can when it comes to this. You can't just go around, saying whatever the fuck you.
Yeah, people give like 3 predictions, but then but come on, man, stick to one prediction. Just do it. Don't be scared.
Listen, I'm gonna give you my prediction before we go, because we covered a lot. I'm gonna go with Manny Pacquiao. No, fuck, I don't know. You know what? I think I'm gonna go with Keith Thurman by decision. I see him stunning Pacquiao a little bit, and I still think he's gonna get the decision, close decision, Keith Thurman. But I think it's gonna be controversial, man. That's what Precise said, by the way. That was the precise prediction, and I'm gonna go ahead with that.
He said, close fight, but everyone's gonna be debating it.
You know what? I actually said that about Deontay Wilder Fury, if I may toot my own horn. So I'm going with Thurman by close decision. It's gonna be a disputed decision. Everybody's gonna be complaining about it.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, so I'm gonna write it down so I don't forget it. I accidentally hit the button for real that time. It wasn't me playing around. All right, so BDA. I'm gonna write it down. Thurman, unanimous. No, close this. Yeah, unanimous decision. Close decision. All right. So Bucho, anything you got to say before we stop surfing the net here?
That's pretty much it. We'll do another show tomorrow for the weigh-in. It's gonna be great.
If I may just finish with reiterating Pacquiao's lines to Keith Thurman. Thus said the Lord, let not the wise man glory in his wisdom, neither let the mighty man glory in his might, let not the rich man glory in his riches, but let him that glorieth glory in this, that he understandeth and knoweth me, that I am the Lord, which exerciseth loving kindness, judgment, and righteousness in the earth, for in these things I delight, said the Lord. Brothers and sisters, that's no Lobito soundbites, Shepherd Sons. All right, hold on a second. Can't leave people without playing. We gotta give the people what they want. Hold on a second. I'm just trying to find the. All right.
Lobito! Shut up. Lobito! Shut up.
You know we can't. We're not just gonna leave it at that. Crazy.
Lobito! Shut up. Lobito! Shut up. Lobito!
All right, that's not good. That's not good. Hold on.
Lobito!
That was a little bit better. I don't know. Give me some time. I could come up with
Yeah, a
something
bit better. That should be the intro of the show now.
Yeah, that should be the intro of the show. All right. So, guys, thanks a lot for joining us. That was just us combing the internet for some hype. See what people were saying. People are hyped up for this fight. Don't forget, like Bucho said, he's probably going to be doing a show tomorrow for the weigh-in. So don't forget to tune in for that one. Give us your predictions. Pete hasn't given us his prediction. Hopefully he'll give it tomorrow if he drops by. And That's about it. Bucho, anything else you want to say before we drop off?
That's pretty much it, man.
That's
Nope.
pretty much
Tomorrow, great show, the weigh-in. More predictions, more phone calls, more action.
More action. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So, on behalf of King Bucho and myself, thank you for watching, guys. Don't forget to give us your prediction. Watch the BDA Live channel where we did the film analysis. Don't forget to check out Instagram and Twitter. I want to give a shout out to everybody in the chat room. Chris Gonzalez, Shepherd of Sons, The Punisher, Rick Rocca, Amok PvP, Seamus Carey, Rod Davis. You know, Pete was in there as well. All the callers too. Rasclot, Bay Area Boxing. Bay Area Boxing. He was in the chat room too. But John from Ghana, who gave us his prediction as well. And Bucho, regarding the merchandise. He's got those.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Well, the link is in the description. You guys want to support us by buying some merchandise? Check out the link, Redbubble. It's in the description.
That's right. Keep the gravy train rolling, guys. We can upgrade a couple of things here. Keep on upgrading the BDA infrastructure, getting more goodies for you guys. So keep an eye on that if you're interested. A very good quality Italian merchandise. And it's not really Italian, by the way. I'm just speaking out of my ass to make it sound good. But yeah, so if you want to go check it out, go check it out. All right, fellas. So thank you for joining us. That was another episode of us combing through the internet. And we'll see you on the next one, fellas. Take it easy.
See ya.